Cage, Lucifer's rage. Don't you remember the days we was on the same page? Now we graduated from the 12 gauge to AK. We looking for who's paid. Give a fuck about how it's made. Send that bitch to the blade. Send that stitch to the grave. I am not switching my ways. This is OG Fossil Colossal from Las Vegas to Chicago. My with exotic models. Spend a couple racks, diamond knuckles on the bottle, nigga. Go figure. They wanna talk shit, but that soft bitch won't step inside my office. We ain't taking no losses. The cross is rosary beads. Godfather, you niggas don't know about me. I've kept it OG from the fucking start. The saint in candy paint put a flame to your heart. Lasers follow these bullets as they glow in the dark. Life's a Shakespeare stage and I'm just playing my part. We are displaying the art. Nigga, how about you? Niggas clout chase like that bullshit's a plate of food. This is the state of the rude. Niggas DOA over he say, she say. Life ain't no replay or a tape to rewind. This is double level. What the fuck is demon time? We shine on this grind just like wisdom teeth. The God's ism is deep. An Egyptian priest that mob in a Lambo on beast, dressed in a camel with a piece. The animal beast and don't believe in defeat. And we will never retreat. Say it again. Make them kiss the feet, then put two in the wind. For the 7 deadly sins, them boys got thick skin. They be knee deep in. He's a hero for hire. Check the date if used by. It is never expired. Never seen a real nigga that got to retire. Ride out of this pyramid on 4 flat tires. What does the game require? You brag about your money. You do that shit on these streets. You'll be a crash test dummy. We ski mask when we hungry. Surgery for the ugly. No need for mean mugging. This supreme clean thugging. PLR 16 with a green bean dumping. Only cause you staring at me like I'm owing you something. Niggas get pissed and then they post it on their page. This is Lucifer's rage and my name is Luke Cage. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault. We keep money in the vault. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. Nigga, what the fuck you thought? We hit licks to get caught. You niggas want some fucking views? We'll go live when we talk. This the all-seeing eye, my nigga war is the Hulk. So you better be well stocked because we buy it in bulk. We don't GPS the hood, my niggas never get lost. Pretty girls start crying, I ask her what is the cost. Everywhere that I go, I'm known as OG boss. The CEO, the president, the founder, the owner, double O Negro. From Chuck Taylor fat laces to Timberland shell toes. Yeah, Allah salam alaikum, and then hell froze. We ain't got nowhere to take him, God bless his soul. A vacation is waiting because the streets take a toll. On the island releasing dress on some badass hoes. You niggas know how it goes in the league of the pros. Or maybe you don't, or maybe you will. Niggas still popping pills and crying about their deals and lying about their bills. Gotta prove that they real. Why try with no skill? Let it fry on the grill until my stomach's fulfilled. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault. We keep money in the vault. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. What you say, son? Cause I got that type of money. I don't gotta hear none. And my hoe got that type of honey. Keep glaze on the bun. And I got business associates to stay on the run. I keep some goons on the dog. That's just the rule of thug. Keep some ice on my teeth until my tongue goes numb. I am scared of mice and crumbs. This is elephant ton. Yes, the elegant one. Once you become a stunner, these hoes just wanna get stung. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault. We keep money in the vault. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. Niggas screaming like babies, they want some air in their lungs. Niggas wanna Niggas snatch chains and in that chain they get hung. Niggas choking for breath, yeah, they breaking their spine. Every day I'm closer to death, I don't be wasting no time. Nigga got Bitcoin, these are infinite dimes. Gives a fuck about what you doing, cause I'm gonna stay on mine. This is mind over matter, cause there's money on the line. Niggas is mute to jail, we gives a fuck about crime. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk. We keep money in the vault, we keep money in the vault, we keep money in the vault, Incredible Hulk.
Yo, what's cracking? I think there's a fourth verse on that track, but we're not gonna play it. You know where to go to hear the music. TheGod720.com. Definitely look up the God 720 on all streaming platforms. I'm on all the platforms, and then I got my own website because I'm not going to bullshit with you niggas out here in this planet. You dig what I'm saying? Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. For all the homies that's here, man. Shalom to David Howard. Peace to my nigga Willie. Peace to Denzel. Okay. For the first responders for the God 720's video today. Y'all make sure that you put me on your alarm clock, 2:00 every day during the weekdays. And then I think I might even start moving in on some weekends, but we gonna completely switch the whole element of what's going on. So look out for that. We got a lot of stuff going on the Money Religion locals. There's a lot of stuff already loaded up over there, but we got new material coming. Your boy is working. You dig what I'm saying? Nigga got shit to do in this motherfucker. So don't forget that we have the Kicked Out of Heaven, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the Black Man's Bible, the Real Nigga Etiquette, the Ethereal Law, going for $100 right now, and you get the Encyclopedia on the Alchemy of Women, Volume 1 and Volume 2, ebook for free. Don't forget it. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, it's been a wild week. It's been a wild weekend for everybody. I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of mystery in the air on what's coming up next with this whole Kamala and Trump thing. It's astounding to me that people are still taking COVID shots and they still have COVID shots available. I honestly believe a lot of people are still dying from those vaccinations. And we can see that through the multitude of different scenarios that's going on with what they call turbo cancer and what they're talking about, people dying on the basketball courts and the football fields. A lot of young people are dying. And it's very unfortunate. It really perplexes me on how anybody could trust a system like that. Maybe the whole system of trust in itself needs to be studied, because I can't trust a goddamn thing. I have extreme trust issues. And the only thing that's going to develop extreme trust issues with a human is other humans. You see how that works? It's humans that make humans mad at humans. Okay. Let's look at it. Let's talk about the reality to the situation. The reality is that people have been lied to, fucked over by family members first. That's how it usually works. And then you go out into the world and you want to find the love of your life, and you get fucked over by the love of your life, by the false pretense of you owning your mate, and you own their private parts or whatever the case. And they're supposed to have a boundary about who they interact with and how they interact with them, specifically with the opposite gender. Okay. But we definitely have those issues going. And there's a lot of crazy issues with these schools. What a lot of people don't know is that all of this stuff about trying to teach your child a different gender and all this other shit actually comes from the bill that Obama signed in place when allowing the homos to get married. Okay. So we have all that type of backward shit going on. And one thing that really confuses me, well, it doesn't confuse me, it just makes me, stand back from the whole situation. How are people, in the trust space with this shit? You think your government gives a fuck about you, you think your lover gives a fuck about you, it's a mind over matter thing. You really don't want to fall into the space of thinking that nobody give a fuck about you, because I guess that's exactly what will occur. But that's already what's been happening, and there's enough evidence in history to confirm that. So, it's a really mysterious thing. At the end of the day, we don't know who's doing what, Republican, Democrat, we don't know. You know, we don't know what they have planned or what's intended with their decisions. Um, and we can definitely see that with interactions with other countries. You got Putin over here talking about he's considering nuclear warfare, and if we go down that lane, it's going to be extremely ugly. But what is the point, when we've developed to such a beautiful position, I guess, when it comes to our conveniencies and how we're able to live day to day versus the way humans used to live. And we've definitely changed, or have attempted to change the whole aspect of work and our workload, and what would define us as being in hell. Okay. And if we look at the workload of the average man and woman during the yesteryear, we're definitely looking at a situation of back-breaking work. And that also depends on what time period and what you want to look at, because tribes operated a little bit differently than civilizations. So, and then to where we're at today, um, we have bottled water, we have, a lot of things that we take for granted, cell phones and things of that nature, that definitely shows that the average person is not truly, educated on how we have lived as humans on this planet. And they definitely don't have appreciation installed into their system on how they operate with things. To appreciate is to preserve. Um, to appreciate is to keep dear to your heart. And a lot of people don't have that mentality. So it's very hard for you to really connect with others when you don't know how they were raised or how they may consider things or appreciate things. And then we have the time will tell, and then the test will come, and then you will be disappointed with the results. As a lot of people were very disappointed with our so-called quote unquote leaders in the conscious movement. A lot of people were disappointed with what's going on in the rap game. What's going on with our government. People are falling into positions of disappointment, but then at the same time, they aren't going to do anything for a replace of what they're disappointed in. And that's why I'm very, very slow with attaching myself to anybody about a goddamn thing. Okay. Because, humans are definitely in an unpredictable condition, which we've always been. But when there's more culture, when there's a more sound cultural boundary, the capacity of chaotic behavior is minimized. And this is one thing that the tribes knew, and that's why they were very susceptible about um allowing other people in. And when they did allow a stranger into the tribe, they immediately put a woman with him to figure out, to calm him down, so you don't be bringing any violence to the group, and to also understand what your style of thinking is. Hence, pillow talk. Usually the first translators in between tribes and Western parties, like the French or Spaniards or Dutch or whatever, was usually women. The translators. So, and then also the first traders too, if you want to go deep into it. One of them, I got the first trader for the linked with Hernan Cortez is inside the Encyclopedia on the Alchemy of Women, so people could get a little taste of how we got to where we're at today. You know, So yeah, I want everybody talking. I'm just here kicking it. I don't got a specific subject that I'm leaning on. That's why the title is sort of vague. Time will tell. Um, you can say, make whatever comments or ask questions about, books I've written or what's going on in society, and we'll see what we can approach. And you know, people got to understand that even in the element of time will tell, time will have to tell, and the balance of where you are at in your life, because everything is 50-50. So whether you're dealing with the stock market, or whether you're dealing with sports betting, or whether you're dealing with getting up on YouTube wanting to create content, everything is wibbly wobbly like this. It's like a ship. I guess that's why they used water as maritime. The maritime law is why we're underneath maritime law. Not only the fact that our air is 80% so-called water, and the human body is 80% water. So with that being stated, the way water moves and the ship is on water, it's always wobbling. There's nothing ever consistent on a line of stability, and you may be rocked at any given moment. There could be monsoon season, heavy waves coming, a whale can flap its tail and that water moves the boat, and that's the existence we're in, is the unseen um detriment coming your way, and we're definitely wobbling. Everything is a wobble, wobble, wobble. That's why it's best to go blind and just to enforce yourself on one side to unbalance the scale. And when you unbalance the scale, you're consistent in this one position instead of being in the middle of it, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that's where I'm at in life. That's where a lot of people are at in life. A lot of people feel lost right now. A lot of people don't know where to go, who to run to, quote unquote, or what may be coming next. And it's up in the air. So hopefully we are intelligent enough not to devolve back to the caveman status and go back hunter gatherer, a bunch of monks of cement everywhere, and bridges collapsed and trains on tracks, and it'll be a completely different situation, than what the caveman was dealing with. We'll be looking at a Book of Eli type of scenario, and hopefully that's not the case. Nobody wants that. I don't want that. You don't want that. But a lot of people have been programmed to want that through the dystopian movies that have been forced, and the superhero movies are also a part of that. Did you know that there's real superheroes damn near in a good amount of major cities across America right now? They got some nigga named what's his name? Something Johnson in Seattle. There's supposedly something Jones in Seattle. Let me look this shit up. There's a superhero being, people have lost their goddamn mind, you know. Yeah, this shit is crazy. They have a wiki page for it. The real life superheroes. Okay. Where people have lost their mind and think they're gonna go out here and fight crime. Oh, what's this thing? List of real life superheroes right here. Here it is. Oh, they got some in Argentina. Okay, I didn't even know that. Damn, these motherfuckers are all across the world. What's this dude's name? Yeah, Phoenix Jones is his name. Phoenix Jones is a mixed martial artist who patrols Seattle, Washington in search for criminal activity in a bulletproof vest and stab plating. Initially wearing a ski mask to intervene in a public assault, Jones later developed a full costume and adopted this pseudonym. Phoenix Jones is a black man who is out here trying to fight crime, and supposedly he has assisted with over 50 arrests with the local police. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is this shit? I guess we may need it right now. Um, People have lost their mind, and then we have a lot of immigrants who have already lost their mind before they got here being brought into our country. And supposedly there's over 13 blank man. I remember that. What was the other nigga? Blank man, Meteor Man. What do you remember Meteor Man? That shit is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, supposedly there's about 13,000 um homicidal pedos that have been allowed into our country over the border, and now they are floating amongst us. They are at your local grocery store, and you better watch out. They might do some crazy shit with the apples and oranges. Yo, the shit has become wild, wild west, whether you like it or not. Shoot from the hip, nigga. You better have your 45 with you, nigga. You better, stay strapped out here. We don't know who gonna just glitch out on your ass. This shit is fucking stupid. The whole shit is stupid. And then they say, what was it? Let's talk about that too. Let's talk about it, nigga. The James Webb, the James Webb telescope has let me see here. Um James Webb telescope detects the alien. The aliens are coming. They say that it said no, the James Webb Space Telescope probably did not detect signs of alien life, okay? But they say there is an armada of alien ships heading towards Earth at light speed. What is we gonna does? You understand? Well, hopefully they come on down and stop these goddamn bills, okay? Because that's the only thing that's driving people insane is the motherfuckers is already paying bills and got bills stacked up, and then the young generation they making sure they die before they even get to an area of paying bills. As soon as you mention bills, to the younger generation, they just find the closest bridge and just jump off. They think taking all the heroin and taking all the dope is gonna is going to shield them from paying bills. A lot of them think acting crazy and is going to get them from paying bills, committing crime. A lot of people rather just go commit crime than take on the responsibilities of paying bills, which bills is an invisible thing to the kids until you show them to them. I make sure my children see the bills. These is the bills. This is your life. This is the ball and chain that will be on the hill. Do you understand? And women don't necessarily have to worry about that. All they gotta do is get on the phone and cry to somebody, and voila, the bills are paid. We don't want to hear your crying and your nagging and your shit. So we'll just go ahead and give you a voucher to pay your rent. You only got to pay $50 and a Happy Meal, and you can live in a 5-bedroom fucking house and shit. That's the Section 8. Everybody, let's talk about it. Everybody gets the freebies in America except for the male, except for men, specifically black men who don't even get a right leadership into an area to be financially sound, to be able to provide in the future, at least for themselves and whatever they produce when it comes to children. You see what I'm saying? So it's a very ugly situation when it comes to that, and it's explosive. What happens? A lot of violence comes from that. A lot of domestic violence. A lot of people want to disappear into the alcohol. I had to explain that to a young homie. I was like, bro, the black male, bro. A lot of black males, they just don't know how to live. They don't know how to operate in said society and wasn't trained to do so. So they'll just disappear into the alcohol, and they'll disappear into the crack pipe, and they'll disappear into a lot of different, other avenues. The new avenue of disappearance is, I'm going to become a star, or I'm going to become a comedian, or we're going to shoot a movie and put it up on the Tubi and shit, and trying to disappear into the areas of entertainment. And entertainment is definitely a thing that you need to be practicing from a child. Some people do have it naturally, but very few. And you need to be practicing these arts from child up. And yeah, and I'm talking about literal practice, not none of this shit Hollywood got going on with all these high levels of molestation and all this other shit. That shit is not necessary. It is not needed for the development of an artist. Okay. But it definitely shows clearly that they think that that's a part of the scenario. But in reality, one thing the native mind doesn't want to do is stand back and look at the situation. And it's very clear, you motherfuckers been doing this shit since ancient Greece. And that's the bottom line. And all the other civilizations and people of the planet have not. Okay. It's all on your paint, it's all on your pots and your vases and your fucking bowls and shit. When you go to the museum, it's there. It's very clear that this is what you've been doing for a long time. You have problems with the hanky panky. Okay. You have a psychosis with the hokey pokey, motherfucker. Okay. And the rest of the people of the planet did not until we started trying to incorporate your ways. I guess it's a socialistic guerrilla warfare tactic that the native people thought they could pick up and be able to live in a status of calm with no attack. You can't name one being on this planet that doesn't get attacked. Ants get attacked. Praying mantis get attacked. Snakes get attacked. Everything on this planet gets attacked. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the dimension. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we need to stand back and separate the line. And that is why I wrote the Kicked Out of Heaven, so a lot of people can understand where the origins of a lot of this backward social activity comes from. It comes from Europeans, yeah, I mean, there's no other way to put it, but then at the same time, when you go into the details of a tribe, every tribe builds their logic however they want to build their logic. And if the so-called witch doctor and the so-called leader of the tribe, the king or whatever, they all want to agree on a specific activity, it will occur as such. I ran into one Indian tribe. I can't even remember the name, but I definitely remember the activity. Whenever a chief died, they would take all the firstborns of their tribe and bury them alive with the chief. What the logic was with it was, I don't know. I don't know the philosophy behind it, but that's what they did. There's a lot of backwards philosophies and logics all across the globe. Like there's one going on right now over there in Europe where they're trying to beg the Iranian Arabs to stop marrying first cousins because they're developing retards. They're giving birth to retards at like a 70 to 80% rate. And they're like, yo, you're fucking up our medical system because, we're spending all this money to suffice for your retards when all you niggas got to stop doing is marrying your first cousins. You dig what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's all types of, and they've been holding on to those practices since the 7th century Muhammad time. Okay. So, it's, there's a lot of backward philosophy going on, and we all need to chin check ourselves before we chin check somebody else. But then at the same time, when it comes into a culture, the culture doesn't know that their activity is wrong until somebody from outside that culture observes the activity and says, no, this is wrong, and can give definitions on why it is wrong. And then maybe the culture will consider what you're saying, but because you're an outsider, they might automatically just write you off and just continue on with their acts as if they was, as they've been doing, which what a lot of people do, especially when it comes down to, gang culture. They operate in the same format, So, yeah, it's definitely an ugly case out here. But you'll never find a time period on earth where a philosopher didn't say that or where somebody wasn't complaining. So, the human will complain. And to be honest, this is about the safest and the most productive the planet has been in one congruency all at one time, is what I'm saying. But that could be debated if we were to look at the time period of the World Fair. We really don't know what was truly going on in the ancient civilizations, how they were connected, what their trading was, what their, philosophy and creed was that they lived by, So, but we see remnants of it, and one thing that I thought was always confusing since a child was Why do we have to go back and have an archaeologist and go dig shit up? How come the story just wasn't told, or the documents wasn't kept and we built on from that point on? We're in the midst of a mass amount of wars, some of them invisible, and we only know about a few of them that's visible. So um I guess pick your battle, pick your flag, because as the American black man, we don't necessarily have a flag that we can really attune to. The red, black, and green could have been imposed, by the invisible hand, the higher ups. As we do know, it's very interesting that when you go inside the dancing plague M2, it states very clearly that the colors red, black, or green, and sometimes yellow, would incite them to go inside this dancing play condition where they just continuously dance till they break their legs, and it would excite violence, when Europeans would see these colors, and for us to mysteriously have a flag that's black, red, and green, and which is one of the only flags that doesn't have the color blue in it on the planet. The majority of the flags on the planet have the colors blue and red in them. And we don't have blue in the red, black, and green flag, which is a flag that was, I think, brought in by Marcus Garvey. But then again, we've seen Marcus Garvey sitting with the Rockefeller and with the Rockefeller and all this other shit. So there's always been the invisible hand behind the Negro when it comes to American revolutionary situations, even with this whole puffy shit. You know, there is a layer within this whole puffy thing that he may have set up this whole scenario to be one of the most potent revolutionary revenge atom bombs that has ever occurred in American history. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because they experience a lot of layers of racism that we don't experience or know anything about, especially when it comes to the Jay-Z level finance, the Puffy finance, the Dr. Dre levels, and whatnot. They're dealing with limitations, and that they can't get over. And not only that, they're on a new battlefield, because of their finances, that they don't have manpower in, and everybody up there has manpower. So you want to go against the Diageo, alcohol company or whatever, that exports alcohol or imports alcohol to over 180 countries or some shit like that. Crazy numbers. You're not fucking around with a beast like that, because a beast like that, he doesn't have to do anything with his cronies inside the alcohol industry. Guess what the alcohol industry is connected to? The glass industry, because they're all in glass bottles. So he can go knock on the, and then guess what? Guess what else they're connected to? They're connected to the plastic company, because there's a lot of alcohols that has the plastic cap, and yeah, I've never seen alcohol sold in plastic, and there's probably reasons why the alcohol probably deteriorates the plastic or whatnot. But they have the plastic cap on the bottle, so they're connected to that industry as well. And he can go over there and be like, hey, I got a problem over here, and let's go handle it. Do you have some guys that can handle it? Be like, yeah, my nephew over here, he's married to the coach industry. The coach is the Heckler and Coach pistols and arms. They're like, yeah, I got some guys over here, and they're connected to, that black group, the black mercenary group. They go take these niggas out. They could. It's simple. They have manpower in the billionaire and in the millionaire environment that no black person does, and you don't have the racial support. Okay, which they all do. They all know who's Dutch and who's Scottish and who's Irish and who's Italian and who's French. They all, operate underneath certain orders with certain groups, and they relinquish they sit down 3 a.m. and they have the meeting and they draw out the plan and they execute the plan and the order. And your black ass is taken down, real quick. There's nothing but a phone conversation, because you don't have the support. And we can see that you don't have the support. As soon as we go ahead and relinquish this information to the public, it's going to be your own people that's going to clown the fuck out of you. Okay. I haven't seen a white person talking about the Diageo um, lawsuit that he had yet. They're not going to, because that's their people with their money. I did hear something about Robert Frederick Smith just linked up with BlackRock to buy out some tech company at like 8.4 billion or some crazy number, you know. Um this is interesting. We could talk about this because everybody's talking about the BRICS. The Industrial and Commercial Bank of China um, is the world's largest bank by total assets as of September 2024. ICBC had assets of $6.592 trillion. Yeah, and a nigga can't get a goddamn Lao Mein up in here. Nigga can't get no General Sao on the chicken, man. And the China over there balling like that. And why are they balling? Because they duplicated a bunch. They made what is the word I'm looking for? Imitation. They made the imitation of a lot of different products. I remember when I went to China and I thought, I didn't study um the luxury brands. So when I went to China, I was with some Africans and they took me to this building where they actually make all of the fake brands, the imitations of the brands. I thought I was in the building where they was making real shit. I didn't know, because I didn't study luxury brands. I really didn't give a fuck about luxury brands. But and what was so funny is that they were making yeah, China created the knockoff industry, exactly. And they're still doing it to this day. And with them doing it, they've maximized a lot of money. They've been able to expand in industry. They've been able to expand in finance. They've been able to expand in intelligence by creating knockoffs. Okay. So I remember when I was in there and I bought my homie some I bought my homie some glasses and I bought his girl some glasses because it's, family shit, so I bought some brand shit. So it was some Hermes glasses, right? Or Hermes is really how it's enunciated. And I fucking bought these glasses and I gave them to her and she was like, Hermes don't make no glasses. And we called up the Hermes store and it was like, nah, we don't make no glasses. But nigga, they had the case, they had the napkin in the case, they had the little book, they had the whole shit like it was official. And that shit was not official, B. This shit was fake to the motherfucker, but I began to study the brands and I found out, what makes them real and what makes them false. And the real luxury brands are made in Italy. They're not made in China. But China has had the science down so cold that on the streets, um, what ghetto girls was doing, they was going to the Versace store and they buy the real one at the Versace store. They get the receipt. Then they go to the swap meet and they get the exact same purse, you know, and they take that exact same purse and return it to the store, and the storytellers can't tell, or they wasn't doing too much detail on the person to see if it was real or not, and they was just giving them back the money. So now you walk away with a real purse and you got your money back, you know what I'm saying? And you got to understand what quality is when it comes to luxury brands. There is a higher level quality with the product that I experienced myself. I remember, I was having problems with belts. So I found myself every 3 to 5 months buying a brand new belt because my belt would, be busting and shit. I guess because my 45 was heavy or whatever the case. So then I said, fuck it, let me go get a belt from Versace. I went and bought a Versace belt. That shit lasted 5 years versus a belt lasted for 3 to 6 months inside the store. And I've had to teach this to a lot of people because they didn't really understand. Oh, nigga spending $300, $500 on some shoes, or spending $1,000 on this. I'm like, man, you're not getting it. There's a quality line that they definitely understand that makes the product last a lot longer. Yeah, when you're young, you go after quantity, okay? And when you're older, you go after quality. That's the space I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? So when you're younger, yeah, pimping is good, blah, blah, blah. You got all these raggedy broads around you. You know what I'm saying? But when you get older, and with all those experiences, you begin to understand and appreciate the value of quality. And that's what I fuck with is quality. So I'm not going to be dealing with no used and abused, nothing. Whether you're a used and abused woman, whether you're used and abused beat or song or whatever, I'm not fucking with nothing that has been stamped on, trampled on, and ran over, and I don't want to maximize a lower quality to make it seem as if, oh, I'm big and bad or whatever because I have a max amount. No, it's full of shit. Yeah, like the brother said right here. This reinforces what I was saying. The brother said he got Gucci shoes that are still fresh after 10 years. Exactly. This is what we're talking about. And then you also have rarity, like the Louboutins. Oh my God, them Louboutins, nigga. That is called fashion. That is some real stylish shit what that nigga does with them shoes. But he only makes shoes and purses. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know that. Like Hermes only makes bags, and they make golf bags. They make purses, and that's it. And this is what you come here for, is the exclusivity of a focus on one thing. We don't, draw the game all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it's definitely, I definitely want the Money Religion team to understand, we focus on quality. If you can't get quality at that time because your money is not there at that position, then that's fine. Go for what you can go for. But there's nothing wrong with looking good. There's nothing wrong with smelling good. There's nothing, if you have, a million in your bank account, you can spend 1,000 on some cologne, my nigga. You can go there. If you got the money to make those moves, you could do that. You dig what I'm saying? When it comes to diamonds and all of that type of shit, man, like, ugh. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but the game is just, it's oversaturated, and I'm definitely not a nigga who does the copycat. I don't like to copy or do what another nigga's doing. I like to be on the outside of the realm, you know. Yeah. Yeah, let me see here. The brother said, "Yeah, you got to watch out for this type of shit too." I bought a knockoff Samsung Galaxy phone and the battery blew up while it was on the charger. Lousy jeebus. That's one thing I don't fuck with is I'll never buy a knockoff is technology. Don't ever buy anything that's a knockoff in the technology realm. How do I feel about $400 colognes? It's cool. Just is, it's not about the price of the cologne. It's about if you have room to purchase that and what's in your bank account. If you have room to purchase that, then go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? One thing the West Coast lives by is treat yourself, don't cheat yourself, and that is a very real thing because ain't nobody gonna treat you how you feel as if you need to be treated. So $400 colognes or $1,000 colognes, yeah, do that. You know what I'm saying? Spend $3,000 on some shoes, but please understand that a lot of those things, when you purchase it, um, you're supposed to have um a financial status where you only use them once. This is the law. Please know this. This is law. Okay. So you're supposed to have enough finances where, you're only supposed to be seen in that shit once. You're only supposed to use it one time and keep it moving. Now, there's a gray area for those who are walking up to that status. And of course, you're going to have to use it more than once, but trying to keep things in the pristine condition in which you purchase them is called an appreciation, you know. And everything has to have an appreciation. That's why I write my books in rare format, is because um it automatically demands an appreciation. It's already in a space of rarity. It's already in a space of will never be done again. And if anybody was to try to do it again, they'd only be duplicating. Automatically be a knockoff. Nobody can come over here and do what I've done with the medieval, you know, that white or black, professor or self-educated. Nobody could do it. Not at this layer, not with the information I presented or how it was presented in the space to be easily understood. A lot of this information is given in academia in different departments that are not in combination, and also it's given in a linguistic style for the average layman not to be able to comprehend. Okay, so it's written in a certain format, so yeah, you won't be able to get what's going on, and that is the rule. That is how academia works. They work by a jargon separation in between us and the layman. Okay, and this is what quality has been based in. So for those who appreciate quality, definitely you're going to be going greater places in life. When you have yeah, this is like the brother put here. Um, Appreciated the certificate of authentication that I put in the kicked out of heaven purchase. Yeah, that's what I tried to do with my products. Is I'm glad you brought that up, because that's when one of my homeboys, the nigga, the librarian, said. He said, "Man, you over there writing Bugatti books, nigga." I was like, "Yeah, that's right, nigga. That's right, nigga. We will put down the Gucci book in this motherfucker. I want, why not have it? It makes you feel special, and that's what I learned. When I bought a couple of those, Versace product layers and real shit, it makes you feel good inside that you purchased this, and I really wanted people to feel good once they bought my books, once they received them. I wanted people to feel the power, that I felt and experienced. um yeah, so that's why I put that certificate of authentication in there. You best believe that came from understanding the power of the customer, and bringing the customer back. You have to be seductive. I wanted people to know that your dollar was well spent here. So even if you was to spend $100, even with me putting the album in the back of the book, um a lot of people appreciated that. And I'll tell you where I got that from. I got that from going to college when I went to American Intercontinental University in Atlanta. And I remember when we bought our books, there was a CD in the back of the book, and I was like, oh, okay, this is crazy shit. So when I was in the space of making the album and writing the Black Man's Bible at the same time, I said, hey, I'll just combine the two together, fuck it, And I knew at that time that this is something that nobody else has done. It'll be brand new, a new threshold for people to cross if they want to, but I did it first, okay? Especially when it came to urban books, you know what I'm saying? Um, have I heard about the seaport strikes on the East Coast? Yeah, I heard about the seaport strikes on the East Coast, and that also is going in with um what they had. a lot of the uh, cargo ships that was floating off the docks on the West Coast. Remember that about a year, 2 years ago? They said, "Oh, it isn't land. We're shortage, and we're gonna have a shortage, and this and that, and and we're running out of bananas. We're running out of grapefruit and shit, you know." But once you know, I understand as we've been through a lot of these things together because it is a collective mental thing. The majority of the American is not really, invested psychologically in the area of loss. Okay. So, how many recessions did we just go through? You know, how many recessions did we just go through? You know, we just went through the COVID shit. And I mean, it's funny because I was just talking about this with the homie, that COVID experience definitely showed you that there was some weird mental shit going on. Like a lot of people just collapsed and submitted and bent the knee and went straight to getting the vaccination and things of that nature. And then on the flip side of the same coin, you had a lot of people who were in automatic defense of getting any form of vaccination. And everybody thinks they're spewing facts that they know and getting into arguments, and people were divorcing and wives were demanding that the whole family got vaccinated and things of this nature. And now everybody got blood clots, everybody got mysterious cancers and diseases showing up, and they're falling left and right. Fortunately, I had already studied the plague, so I understood how a disease would move. But then at the same time, guess what? I also understand theater. And at the end of the day, I didn't live in 1347 during the Black Death or the plague. So I can only go off the storybook, is what we're looking at. Okay. And there's a lot of archaeological facts that support the claim that it really did occur. So I'm not removing it from a situation like it wasn't real in existence. It's definitely nonfiction and was very real. But to me, in 2025, okay, it is a story because I'm not there experiencing it. You see, that's what, okay. I hope you're following my train of thought with this. So when we turn on the TV and we see the COVID moving from the China and all this other shit and going across the globe, and we got Africa is all fucked up and a million bodies over here, and they stacking up bodies all the way over here in New York, and nurses are getting online talking about all it's fake, it's all bullshit, it's all on this screen. You see. And one thing about me is that I will never allow what comes through a screen to affect what I have witnessed, what I understand to be a reality, and what I live in every single day. Okay. And so there is some collective mental thing that goes on with us, being into a space of I want to agree and I want to help and I want to be connected to you. Okay. A lot of people want to live like that. But usually it's the sickly who and you have to watch out because it's basically Munchausen syndrome, which is defined in the Encyclopedia on the Alchemy of Women, where we have a psychological status of women who want to enforce sickness upon their own children in order for social gratuities and popularity, and to get a lot of get a lot of sympathetic grievances from the people, get gifts or donations. One situation that we saw with the GoFundMe, you have to be sick on the GoFundMe, right, in order to receive a lot of money and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? So I state all of that to show you that there is a collective mental space that operates, okay? And this isn't just only by community or race, this is also by nation, okay? And the decisions that a nation wants to make together, okay? And we will show that in our behaviors, okay? And this is definitely the situation with our finances as well. Now, when we go into this BRICS and all of this Bitcoin shit, one reason why you don't hear me talk about it that much is because it's digital and the human mind is not fully reliant on a digital Bitcoin space yet, and they won't be. And I'm going to tell you why. And the reason why is because humans have operated with a physical coin, physical, okay, for thousands of years. See, physical. This is silver. This is my little silver. It needs to be cleaned, but this is the silver. You understand? There's a silver ounce right here. Physical. It has to be physical. You understand? And if it's not physical, because the physicality is what makes the human feel good and confirmed. Okay. Just like with the books that you received, just like, you go inside the Hermes store and you buy the 10,000, the $100,000 bag. Okay. You, the physicality of it, the scent of it is what makes the human feel connected with it. And we feel the same way about our dollar bills. Okay. We like to see the cash. Cash is king. We want to see the cash. It's good to feel, to check in on your account on the app and you see the digits in your account, and that's good. But you do know that at any given moment, somebody could tap into that account screen and erase it all. And we have seen this many, many, many times. We've seen it on the news and all of this, right? So we definitely know that digital dollar representation is not reliant. It's not stable. We've seen how many cases of individuals who own millions of dollars of Bitcoin wake up in the morning and their whole account has been hacked into and swiped. Okay. And now you have zero. Okay. Yeah. It's because you're dependent upon the digital dollar, and the human mind, especially when it comes to the immigrants who have to catch up to where we are at right now psychologically. The immigrants aren't adjusted to using cards and looking at a number on the screen for how much money they have, and then also with the possibility of that being hacked into and swiped. So we love our coins, we love our dollar bills. you know um I remember I had a dollar bill from China, but I think somebody came into my house and stole it. That's why, you got to keep niggas at your crib, but it had a little clear thing on the dollar bill. You could see through it. It was crazy. I had Chinese money. My mom always taught me, if you travel to other countries, that's one of the souvenirs that you want to keep is the money of that country. So I did that, and then somebody stole my shit, but because of jealousy, you have jealous motherfuckers, and people really have weird, light, demonic thought patterns, and anybody who thinks in a light space is definitely of a demonic mentality because they aren't perceiving how their decisions affect those around them. Okay. And that's the first thing that a man does, is always consider on how their decisions affect those around them. Okay. So yeah, the bricks and the Bitcoin thing, I don't think it'll roll. I don't think it'll survive. And the main reason why is because of the collective human psyche. The collective human psyche does not understand yet, nor have they accepted digital dollars. Okay. And it's going to be a long time, a long day in hell before they do. Okay. So yeah, that's that with that. uh yeah, somebody gets it. Let's see here. The brother said, um you also legitimize the book's authenticity by writing in red ink, sealed in blood, ancient shit. Yeah, I did that. I did that for all my customers. Their certificate is written in blood because it's very real. And I wanted to introduce you to the contracts of the medieval, written in blood, my friend. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I thought that was wise to do. I try to I try to put my products into a space of um appreciation, and I've definitely seen that with also the way people's body language switches up when I give them a book. I remember one time I went to an African store to put some black man's Bibles in the store, and I gave the woman the book, and she just looked at it and said, "The Black Man's Bible," and just held it like this with her arms crossed her chest the entire time. She was hugging it and hugging it tight, like she wouldn't let this shit go, And I try to do my best. I do what the fuck I can, and I hope that set an example for other individuals who want to, you know, develop a product of any sort. The most important thing, well, when it came to books that I understand about a product, the most important area is its packaging. And when you're dealing with a book, it's only the cover that is the part of the packaging. And then you have the pictures, because you have maybe about less than a minute to grab somebody for the purchase of a book. If somebody's inside of a bookstore and they open it up, they're going to flip through it. They may read a passage here, read a passage there, and then they're going to look at the pictures, and if the pictures grab them, then, you have a sale, and that is why all three books are loaded with the photography that's loaded with. Not only that, because I also understand we're in an Instagram time period where everybody is dependent on, um, looking at pictures all damn day. So, I also understood it was too thick, and a lot of people weren't going to be able to read all the information because of the way our time is condensed here in America with all the things that we have to do. So, I'll put it in a format so you can chill, flip through, find a picture, read this, read that, get some game, put it back up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's why it was done like that. So, never never look down upon quality. Okay. Regardless if it's, oh, that's that white folk shit. It's like, well, show me some black development of quality, and then talk shit. And then when you show me those levels of quality that is comparable, then I'll purchase with you. It doesn't matter, but we're looking for quality first. I don't give a fuck about who created the shit. You know what I'm saying? Get the bang for your buck is what it's called. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think the seaport strikes on the East Coast are going to affect our food, or is going to affect our manufacturing rate or our production rate on any level, because the collective American mind does not think in a space of deprivation that we're not, or doesn't think in a space of the possibility of a deprivation. So it's a mind over matter type of issue. And Americans definitely think they think in a space of high level convenience, and why isn't it here, and it should be available at all times. And because we have that mentality, it's going to assist things to move on through. And one thing we also have to understand when it comes to, the port strikes on the East Coast, or even the nuclear potential of nuclear warfare, or what's going on with our presidency right now, or even, the deprivation of chips. We don't have any more chips for our computers and whatnot. Is the white man thinks in the sky is falling. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Have everybody running around here scared about some shit. You scared, nigga. Y2K, nigga. The aliens are coming in 2012. The Sasquatch is in the woods, nigga. The witch is looking through your window, nigga. The motherfucking human trafficking gonna snatch up your child. The motherfucking this shit and that shit, and this shit and that shit. La la la, your dumb ass. Goddamn. No, they think in that format, and they've been thinking in that format for a very long time. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Run, 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 run. Be scared of some shit. Some shit gonna be on your ass, nigga. But then at the same time, this form of thinking is a thought pattern that is going to expedite security and expedite growth, and is going to expedite production. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of why it's there. Maybe I'm too relaxed. I don't know. But I know I'm not going to be, fear mongering, or I'm not going to be in a space of constant fear and constant, paranoia, because, King Kong about to come out the ocean and shit and fuck shit up. Yeah, I'm not going to do that with my life. I'm not going to apply that heavy stress on the mind, because it's unnecessary. Obviously, we've seen from the Y2K events, from the 2012 events, that you're full of shit. You're a fucking liar. And half the shit that comes out of your fucking mouth is not gonna fucking happen. And be worried about the breaks, and and the dollar's gonna collapse, and blah 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 blah. Nigga, let me show you how the magic works on this planet. This is a whole nother layer too that you gotta understand when it comes to like finances and shit. Nigga, you're using our system. So you think you're gonna use our system and defeat us? You've lost your goddamn mind. Look here, let me show you something. You motherfuckers over there in China, you worship who? You worship the 50 Cent, you worship the Michael Jordan, the Mike Tyson. Who's over there in China right now kicking ass? Kanye. He's over there, got sold out concerts, nigga. America developed the Kanye. Do you understand that? He comes from here. Okay? So all this shit, the whole world submits to the beauty America produces. Okay. Whether that be the Beyonce, whether that be the Jay-Z, whether that be the fucking Sammy Sosa, whether that be the motherfucking, the baby across the water worship us. That's what you do. You worship Americans. So as long as you're worshiping Americans, guess who's going to be on top? America is going to be on top. Because you trying to jump over your barbed wire to get here, nigga. You best believe that shit. You see what I'm saying? We are not climbing over a barbed wire to get there, okay? You are looking at the television. Who made the television? Panasonic. It is American companies that developed your televisions that you're looking at over there in your fucking little lands. You got your fucking tractor trailers and shit. Where that shit come from? The Cat Company, which is American, nigga. You worship America. And as long as you motherfuckers is worshiping America, you ain't finna conquer shit when it comes to America. Look at your police systems. Who put the lights on the top of the vehicle? Who got you the walkie-talkies, motherfucker? Who taught you about the bulletproof vest, nigga? Who invented the bulletproof vest? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? Like, you worship us. You're using all of our shit. And as long as you're using all of our shit, inclusive with our language, our styles of dress, our dyeing the hair, or whatever the fuck it is, you will be a subordinate. You cannot worship a thing and then try to be superior to the thing. Do you see? Kobe Bryant worshipped Michael Jordan. Did Kobe Bryant defeat Michael Jordan? No. You see how that works? It's simple. It's a simple system. It's a simple system here. He did not defeat Michael Jordan in shoe sales. He didn't defeat Michael Jordan in popularity and fame. He didn't. You see this? You see where it's going? You see? There's a whole nother invisible law, unwritten laws that are operating here that nobody wants to consider because they don't want to take on the occultism or the metaphysics of existence. And I'm explaining it to you now. You see what I'm saying? We developed the Naomi Campbell. We developed the Madonna. We developed the Celine Dion. What the fuck are you talking about? You are not going to conquer nothing when it comes to America. You come here, and you better make your food in a way that Americans accept it. We don't eat all Chinese dishes, but the sweet and sour we'll take. We like the orange chicken. We will take that. But all this other chewing the turtle's head off shit and deep frying the salamander, we're not doing none of that. You've lost your goddamn mind. You see how it works? Okay? Okay? Am I saying something wrong? Okay? The German food. We're good on sauerkraut. But you have the Oscar Mayer. We'll eat that shit. We'll eat the hot dog, nigga. We like the hamburger. But this other shit you got going on over here, we don't want that. You know what I'm saying? For instance, tequila. tequila didn't make a mark in America until they removed the worm out of the bottle. Americans aren't gonna drink some shit with a fucking worm in it. I remember back in the day, tequila they used to put worms in the motherfucker. They used to put a scorpion in the bottle of the tequila bottle, and you're supposed to eat the worm or the scorpion afterward. They put a snake in the tequila bottle. We're not gonna do that here in America. Okay, take the fucking worm out, take the fucking scorpion out of the bottle. Voila, we have Casamigos, okay? And now it's all types of goddamn, sales, and everybody wants to drink the tequila now. You see how that works? So you can't even bring your original shit to us, nigga, until it comes into a form that we like, that we accept, okay? Understand that. So all your bricks, you're doing good. It's interesting. You've copied our dollar bills, because America has their original dollar bill certificates. Nigga, your brick shit will do nothing. You understand? This shit is nothing. You understand? You haven't broken the 100 to 200 years of beauty law and metaphysics and occultism that is put in place for America to rule everything. You haven't broken those areas, and you're not going to. You're trying very hard. You're trying to destroy all of the Hollywood, but you're not going to destroy those sports. Now, are you going to do that? Nah, you can't do that. You see how it's working? you see, you see, you see. And then I am sure that America will stand strong. They have the kicked out of heaven, so we will be able to rebirth all the things that you think you're trying to destroy. I haven't compensated the spirituality of the cartoons, the media, the Hollywood, the Walt Disney is all right here in these 3 volumes. And then we have a very thorough, good understanding, at least a place to start with the understanding of the woman, with the Encyclopedia on the Alchemy and Women. Get it now, $100. Do you understand me? And we have it available so America will never fall. You motherfuckers come here and you want to be like us, nigga. And as long as that is the mentality of your citizens, and as long as your citizens are trying to, sell your anime and all your shit over here and all this other shit, guess what? We win. India has what, 1.5 billion population? China has 1.5 billion population, and you ain't made no social influence on America, nigga. Have you lost your goddamn mind? No, you haven't, and you won't. You understand? Okay. But in essence, as the title of the video says, time will tell. We will be able to see, But I'm pretty sure it's going to take at least another 100 to 200 years before you think you can break down the influence, the artistic influence, because art is the communication. You have to remember that. The caveman did what? What was the first thing he do? He was the first artist. He drew on the walls of the cave. The drawing is the communication. Artistry is the communication from the angels to the humans, okay? And specifically for humans to understand how to love each other and mate properly, because they have courting issues. The brain wasn't built thoroughly, maybe because they were given chins and just not a snout with a mouth, that we've run into malfunction with how they court. You understand? Maybe because they don't have a tail. I don't know. But this is what the game is. You understand? And you're not going to defeat the beauty lines that America has developed. We have human engineering for beauty out here. And the rest of the globe, you're still trying to catch up. I know you have a lot of jealousy towards us and whatnot, but hey, that's a personal issue. That you'll have to take up with yourself in the mirror on why you're jealous. You understand? Okay, so that is just the law of the land. So when it comes to the bricks and all this other shit that they're trying to bring out, no, I don't think it's gonna survive. It sounds good, you know, but the American mind, and you have to understand, there's a ton of Americans who don't even pay attention to a lot of this shit. They're working every day. They work, they go get their beer, they go home, and they hump on the wife, and then they go to fucking sleep. They're not worried about it. They're not looking into the news. They're A lot of Americans are in a mental status of waiting till things come to them, or when it shows up too much in whatever feeds they deal with, whether that's the Instagram reels or the Facebook reels or the TikTok reels. It has to come up repetitively for them to even consider it, and then they consider it. They just draft it a little bit. They might call a close friend and talk to him about it a little bit. But the majority of people are not invested into what the fuck is going on. Majority of people don't know nothing about um the port strikes on the East Coast, which could be considered as a serious issue. But let me show you something. It's just like what occurred with the Iraqi war, when the towers got taken down and whatnot. We're dealing with mass mental exception, where people are in agreement at. And that's why World War II was very potent. And we remember it to this day. That's also why the Vietnam War and the Korean War was very potent. And we remember what that was. And the reason being is because there was more direct propaganda being pushed to the American people, where they had a collective mind frame on what they supported, and they supported their military. You have to have the support of the military for the military to commit action at war, and you have to have the support. So what I'm showing you is that BRICS doesn't have a collective psychological support line. Everything that's being done is being done for humans or against humans, and in order for either side of that to work, the collective mental has to have an awareness of it, and if we don't, and if you don't have manpower, for instance, the driver's license only has power because the collective, it was introduced to the people, and the people said, okay, this is logic, I like this, we can allow this to be a law because it makes sense, and that's exactly what happened. But right now, at this very moment, if all humans wanted to agree to say, no, we're not going to operate by driver's licenses anymore, guess what? We wouldn't have driver's licenses. So you have to understand that it doesn't matter what occurs, whether that be the introduction of an iPhone, whether that be the introduction of some bricks and trying to change our monetary system, whether that be the introduction of electric vehicles and how that operates, which electric vehicles are not going to survive either. It's too fucking retarded. It takes you 1.5, 1.5 hours to load up your vehicle. You only get um 360 miles at 100%, and then it costs I think like $80 to fill your tank, to charge all the way up, when in a regular car it takes $60 to fill up with gas. It takes 2-3 minutes for you to fill it up with gas, and then you can drive for 700 miles on a full tank. So it's not making sense. You look like Boo Boo the Fool again, just like what happened with this whole COVID shit. Everybody is not going to agree, and you have not drafted the entirety of the human, support system. It's a mind over matter, and the people are not going to support that dumb shit. So it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's people that do not support it. Just like a lot of things that's going on in society, people are supporting things that they don't know they're supporting just because they went and supported these dumbass movies. You know, you went and watched a movie with all the homo jokes, so you support the homo. Oh, it was made by the homo, and there's homo actors, so you support the homo and don't even know you support the homo, but you do support the homo because that's what you were watching, and that's what you paid with your blood, sweat, and tears, because that's all money is. Money is a symbol of blood, sweat, and tears. It's a material version of blood, sweat, and tears, which is your dedication and workload. Okay. So you have to understand these things on how it works. The metaphysics and the occult understanding of existence is the superior level of understanding of how this thing works. Okay. That's all there is to it. So yeah, be confident with what you know, and what you study inside that space, because that is how it works. It works by the logos of the companies. It works by the names that they put on the weather, like the Hurricane Helene, which is also hell. you know, or if you flip it backwards, it'd be in hell. And that's what happened to a lot of the people that were affected by that hurricane. They ended up in hell, you know. Excuse me. So yeah, just wanted to share that piece. Time will tell with everything. I got to make some moves out here, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. If you got any comments you want to say, go ahead and make it now or forever hold your peace. Purchase the Kicked Out of Heaven Volume 1, 2, and 3, Black Man's Bible, The Real Nigga Etiquette, and the Ethereal Law right now for $100 at theblackmansbible.com. Also, check out Millennium DVDs. Okay. I appreciate everybody for showing up today. If you got any songs that you want to request, go ahead and request them now before I get up out of here. All right. Yeah, because I think I got 2 tracks I'm going to play right here. But yeah, most hurricanes have female names. That's right. You know, because that's correlated to the Tempestari witches. The Tempestari witches are talked about in the Kicked Out of Heaven Volume 2, the most phenomenal book I think I've written right here. Okay, and the Tempestari witches are a group of type of witch that that can create hurricanes, tornadoes, you know, monsoons and other forms of weather that will definitely fuck shit up. But that's also correlated to the chaos a woman can create in the house by starting arguments and things of that nature. So understand what the Tempestari witches is by getting the Kicked Out of Heaven. All right. And I am out of here. Y'all get y'all alarm set for tomorrow. 2:00 I'll be here again and we'll be talking. Okay. I don't know about what subject yet, but we're gonna get down to it. All right. Peace.
Never know when a trader gon' trade, so I teach my sons how to sharpen their blades. Keep that knife in their heart, life's a game of spades. Let your love be a shovel and they'll dig their own graves. Getting paid's not a phase, it's consistent. Between bills and business, get reals when you finish and keep your wheels spinning. Let the losers look at who's winning. Your trophies is them jewels dripping. No homies cause them fools stripping. Try to study your movements and figure you out. Better leave them in confusion and stuck with their doubt. Cause snakes see they tongue, gotta watch their own mouth. And fiends hide their habits, we all know what that's about. Just look at the grouch. I'm at my crossroads, still in boss mode. Getting everything they owe, nigga, what's it hitting for? I'm at my crossroads, still in boss mode. Getting everything they owe, nigga, what's it hitting for? Better be like Biggie, ready to die for this rap. Most niggas can't make a stack without a contract. When you sell your soul, don't ask for it back. And if you don't go gold, put that hoe on the track. If a nigga gotta rob, it's return to the Mac. Keep money on your books when you preaching the facts. But don't show them who they are, cause they won't like that. And when you buy expensive cars, watch what you attract. Cause shit comes from any direction. Keep a couple loose screws, it'll weaken the tension. Let them witness insanity, disguised as a blessing. Then keep the social distance, they compel with confessing. Niggas love impressing. I'm at my crossroads, still in boss mode. Getting everything they owe, nigga, what's it hitting for? I'm at my crossroads, still in boss mode. Getting everything they owe, nigga, what's it hitting for? Jealousy and envy when hate becomes friendly. Jealousy and envy when hate becomes friendly. Jealousy and envy when hate becomes friendly. An angel told me I got too much sex appeal. I put the shine on my horns and said that's real. I just be trying to chill. People looking at me like I'm a 5-course meal. They got skeletons in their closet and guts to spill. Then they trying to make deals, going off how they feel. But when they can't match with you, shit gets real. They some little eyes monkeys slipping on banana peels. Then they getting hella thirsty over Instagram reels. You brag on your bag and emotions do kill. The devotion for meals cause commotion until you get rich or die trying, or turn bitches start crying. And gotta blame your failures on everybody that's lying. Ignore what's in store, got a loan and start buying. Your focus was stunting, then it turned into nothing. Now you trying to hold something. Jealousy and envy when hate becomes friendly. 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 Smiles are just miles of lies. A beautiful appearance when they ugly inside. They drinking on spirits so they soul can hide. The pride of pride. While you riding high, they'll slip cyanide in your martini and your apple pie. They call you a big meanie just to satisfy they status of being broke. Lend them some dope when they need something to smoke, cause dollars won't make them woke. Only the slavery rope. Besides the dances and jokes, we hardly spoke. My whip became a spaceship, now they can't cope. They wrote 1,000,000 songs and the bank said nope. Gotta start from scratch, but they heart's not attached. Gotta play it smart in the trap for the catch. Everybody turned rap, now they need some crumbs to snatch. Only take one bad apple to fuck up the batch, and that is a fact. Jealousy and envy when hate becomes friendly. 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 Gotta watch what your girls say. Anything that comes out that mouth is not for play. If they don't walk what they talk, stay out the way. These broke drunks ain't got no bed, so where do they lay? You love that bitch pussy and that cat is a stray. And she hissing at every position you get in to start winning. Whispering to your minions thinking she know. Thoughts amongst the demons is how the traitors do grow. But the clear thinks quicker and the haters are slow. They got nowhere to go. Now they begging to get back in when kicked out of heaven. Jealousy and envy when hate becomes friendly. Jealousy and envy when hate becomes friendly.